So Raheem is up to his old shenanigans, being a menace and wanting to blow up the hive. And at a massive 17 years old, you have to think to yourself, this kid is going places. He's dreaming big and no one's stopping him. What a bloke. What a bloody legend. I have high hopes that he will go on to cure cancer and tell me what that funny lump is on my disco stick. We talk to him and get an insight into his plans. He wants to blow up the volatile nest, but Big Bad Daddy Crane has a lot to say about that. A lot being a big fat fucking no. Crane's doing it himself, no matter what. We ask him where Zia is, and proceed to jump on his shoulders, like I used to with my dad when I was a young whippersnapper. What's up, you cretins? It's Cobb, and welcome back to Dying Light. Sorry for the lack of uploads. I've been busy trying to figure out my left hand from my right hand. But anyways, let's get into it. I get to Dr. Zia to talk about the spider zombie we saw at the end of the last episode, and I see that he is staring very intently at the medicine cabinet. Very fascinating behaviour, Dr. Zia. Have you ever tried Ritalin? We have a chat to him, and he tells us he needs a sample of the climbers. I'm sick of all the shit jobs I'm getting. It's like I'm the only runner in the tower. So I start looking for a little cash on the side, because Dr. Zia's research isn't that important. He isn't making the cure or anything. So me getting that sweet, sweet dosh is definitely more important. I talk to a few people, and literally no one gives me a quest apart from Alfie. And this bloke actually just wants me to die. Every quest that he gives me, step 3 or 4, involves me saying hello to Tupac and having a Vegemite toasty with him before returning back to the hell that is Haran. This time, he wants me to go to the big scary bridge at big scary night and take some big scary lights and turn them off. So I pretty much just ignore this quest, because I don't feel like becoming a Volatile's midnight snacky wacky before he gets tucked into bed by Mummy. So I talk to the quartermaster for the locations of the bolters, and he points on the map, but I'm not even fucking looking at it, so it's pretty much a complete waste of time. I head for a nearby village to look for more quests, and on the way there, this building explodes, and I come face to face with an invincible zombie. It makes me feel insecure about my strength, so I run away and cry like the insecure man-child I am. And that's when I spot it. A rock. Out in the middle of the ocean. Thanks to this comment last video, or I would have literally not looked in the general direction of this giant rock, let alone swam towards the dog. I get there and find EXP caliber, not to be confused with the one and only Excalibur, and I start pulling the bugger out of the zombie. It only takes about 4 hours, but luckily I had a half-cold coffee next to me to drink, so it was well worth it.
Keep going, but I be going hard. That's not how I be going hard.
I make my way to the village and find these 2 fine women banging on a door, so I talk to them about Jesus and ask what they're doing, and one of them says that their sister was kicked out of the village due to a zombie kissing her neck, and her crotch goblins snuck out to find her. The daughter came back, but the mum and son are still out there. I find the daughter in the village, and she tells me a man has her mum and he wanted them to be his puppets, which I find kinda hot. I want a man like that in my life. I find Haroon as well, and he doesn't tell me much more than I already know, but he tells me to have a nice day, and that's something that I cannot tolerate. So I shoot him in the head, and he eats it like an absolute champion.
You have a nice day. Oh.
Then I jump off this 2-foot ledge, and Crane somehow breaks every bone in his legs and slips 5 discs in his back, and I'm left with about as much health as your mum had after I had a night with her. But now, I can test my giant fuck-off sword, and it's awesome. For about 1 hit. And then it breaks. And now I may as well be smacking the zombies with a long stick of butter. I head for the red building to find the missing kid, and he's screaming like a massive bitch. If I was his age, I would have gone out and fought the zombies like a man, and immediately died because of it. But hey, that's the price you pay for looking like an absolute sick cunt. I decide against using my drop kicking method in here, because why use my legs when I have pure American freedom power right at my fingertips? I show off my impressive aiming abilities, and take the zombies out. I find the kid hiding in a wardrobe and he tells us where his mum is. So after that, I just completely leave him in the building that's surrounded by zombies as I parkour my way out of here like an absolute mad. Look at Crane go. Not a care in the world. I head off and find the bloke that's holding the mum hostage, and he says he's armed, which literally means nothing, because I've got a pistol, an assault rifle, and a double barrel sitting nice and snug in my back right pocket, alongside my wallet and car keys. He sets off an alarm to attract infected, but I literally don't care, because I have guns, and I just stand on the roof, taking them out like it's an early 2000s zombie movie. After realising that I'm not the average pushover, old mate decides to run outside to challenge me to the old Rust 1v1 quick scopes only, but he's forgotten his sniper, and my version of armed and his are completely different. His head turns into a modern art piece, and I wonder to myself, after hearing all of these gunshots, why would you come out here and try and throw an axe at me? I respect the confidence, but I don't respect having 4 brain cells in total, you fucking cretin. I find the mum and literally just leave her in the house with no weapons. I left both the mum and the son in terrible situations, so they basically aren't any safer than they were before I found them. But hey, it's the thought that counts. So I head for the next quest, and on the way there, my dog throws up in my bed. It's quite funny.
Millie.
I find this bloke, who is a journalist, and he needs all of his life work, which he has left at an internet cafe of all things. This guy's living in 2006. What a weapon. I head to the cafe, and it's completely surrounded by zombies. I take care of them, and as soon as I open the door, I close it because there's a few left. It wasn't a very smart move though, as there's a dude waiting to turn me into a painting on the wall by blowing up. It's not ideal when you're in a confined space and some random dude feels the need to explode. But regardless, I'm just too strong for a little explosion. We grab his man purse, and now he says he needs a camera, which is in the back of a black car on that big scary bridge. So I head on over, and I do some epic parkour off of the zombies, and find the only black car on the entire bridge, which of course is hanging off of the edge. And as you can imagine, the worst case scenario happens. Without a second thought, I jump from a stupid height that would definitely unalive me in real life, and find the car at the bottom of the ocean, because when Crane says he's going to do something, he follows through, no matter the cost. After that little adventure, I head back to old mate and give him his nerd stuff that he wanted, and he gives me a massive 2k in cash for helping him out. I would have done this job for a 10-pack of Bundies and a 40-pack of Winnie Blues. Thanks for the cash, you bloody weapon. So now, after piss-farting around for a few days, I decide it's time to help the doc with his research that will definitely save the planet. I go to sleep and head to find the bolter tissue for the doc, and when I find one, it's surrounded by volatiles. Not very cool at all. I try and sneak up to it to grab it, and it panics, which then causes me to panic, which then ends up with me shooting it, which attracts every single zombie within 15 fucking states. I grab the molder meat. The molder meat. I grab the bolter meat, and a terrifying chase ensues. I'm not scared of the nighttime in this game at all. I'm a big, burly Australian man. How could I be scared of pixels on a screen? You can tell by the long pause when I got to the safe zone, and the trail of piss, shit and vomit from the bolter's body to where I'm at right now. I go to sleep and head for Doctor's ear in the morning. When I get there, I accidentally skip this cutscene, so I really hope that he didn't say anything important. We get a call from Raheem, and he says that he went to blow up the hive, but he's in trouble. So I run out to help him, and end up at the overpass, where I find a dead Omar. Rest in peace, my boy.
Raheem, where the hell are you?
So now there's only one place where Raheem could be, and using my map that was surgically implanted into my eyes, I conclude that he is in a train carriage. And of course, he is. He set the bomb timer like a complete idiot, and now he's bleeding. It's alright though, because he was so brave and confident. Let's go, Team Raheem. Daddy Crane might be mad at you, but I'm certainly not. I head off to set the bomb, and to be expected, there's zombies up the fucking wazoo in this building. But they are no match for Crane's elusive ducking and weaving. Like the famous Muhammad Ali said, float like a butterfly, smack the fuck out of anything looking at you with a baseball bat.
Okay, first one set.
I plant the bombs in a record-setting time and head outside, where Crane watches as his explosive masterpiece unveils, and the whole building collapses.
Hey, do you copy?
We head back to pick up Raheem and tell him about our explosion, and he's bloody not looking good.
The whole damn building came down.
He wants to eat my face, so I give him a free chiropractic treatment. I then get angry and punch the train. Rest in peace, Raheem. Raheem! You were good parkour man.
Oh, God.
I head back to the tower, but not before hitting the best headshot in recorded existence.
Friend.
We get back to the tower, and I talk to Brecken. The violent man who has it out for any inanimate objects every time there's a slight inconvenience. And we talk about Raheem getting nibbled on, like a fat kid nibbles on a whole block of chocolate. And that's when Jade walks in. Oh no. Our goth GF is going to hate us now. But we have bigger problems, as that's when Dr. Z's compound explodes. It's all going wrong. Not bloody good, mate. We head over to see what happened, and Rice's men have taken Dr. Z. So I go on a rampage, and I end up getting a nuke. It's a complete disaster. Everything's going to shit. And that's where I end the episode. Thanks for watching, legends. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Until next time, have a good one.